Hello, everyone. It is Monday, Monday's Growth from the Greenhouse with me, otherwise known as Alaska Tracy. That is my business name. A lot of people don't get that. And my friend down there on the floor, Chanceroo. We call her Chancy or Chanceroo. So welcome to Monday's Growth from the Greenhouse. Hello, Libby. Thanks for joining in. And please comment where you're joining in from in the comments. Every Monday I come here from the greenhouse to show you, those are my cucumbers behind me, the growth that is happening in this amazing greenhouse, and to share some little words of wisdom, inspiration, maybe some business tips and tools. So yeah, I had a guest today and she said she would comment when she heard my Facebook Live. I have a women's success community membership. It's called Visions to Profits membership. Hello, Chad. And it is a group of women who come together, and the main focus of the group is to provide calmness, clarity, and prosperity. And we recently just rolled into year 2 of Visions to Profits. And so today I had one of the founders of the membership up to the greenhouse, Patricia, and we were discussing many things, one of which helping me move into year 2, brainstorm some ideas. It's very exciting as we roll into year 2. And I assumed that Patricia, that I could convince her to go live from the Monday Growth from the Greenhouse. And she said no. So I'll just share with you one of the topics that we were talking about. And welcome if you're just joining in. Please comment where you're joining in from. And do you have a greenhouse that is growing all sorts of goodness? So first, I want to do every once in a while, I grab one of my books from my shelf, one of my inspirational books. And today I think I grabbed one on last week, Book of Joy. It was the Dalai Lama and the Archbishop spent a week together and they shared their definition of joy. And today I grabbed Mother Teresa, her Essential Wisdom book. And all these books people have sent to me. This was from my dear friend Tandy, who actually I'm interviewing tomorrow. Tandy was one of the first people in my life, one of the first mentors in my life, and she was very instrumental in so many areas in my spiritual practice, as well as helping me to create my very first business almost 20 years ago, which was called Rub-a-Dub Dog. A lot of you know that. And so she was very instrumental, and I'm interviewing her tomorrow for episode 50 of the Alaska Tracy podcast. So I'm super excited. If you're looking for a podcast on business, marketing, and inspiration, please visit Alaska Tracy Podcast. Remember to click the subscribe button. So Mother Teresa, I like this quote from her: "Every act of love is a work of peace, no matter how small." Every act of love is a work of peace, no matter how small. I love Mother Teresa. Good book. What do you guys read for inspiration? I have probably 10 books that I'm reading at a time because I read just little bits and pieces of them. Sometimes I don't even finish the books. I am rarely a start and finish book. Every once in a while I finish a book, but I usually have many books going at the same time. Can you see Chancy? She's so sweet. She's just watching. So one of the founders of my membership, Patricia, was here at the greenhouse today, and she just does not like to be on camera. So what we talked about, one of the things we were talking about was that I believe this, and And I learned this years ago, and then I actually picked up a book one time. We were in Maui and I was struggling with something, with a knee problem, which it's kind of funny because my hip's been really bothering me and it's connected to my knee issue, connected to my foot issue. Anyways, I was really struggling and I found this book called The Secret. Has anybody heard of that book? The Secret? And I picked it up and I started reading it and I started applying what it said to do. And lo and behold, things started happening. And so I remember sharing it when I got home with somebody and they just looked at me and they said, that's woo-woo. It doesn't go with my religion. And I said, it has nothing to do with religion. It is like it's a universal law that what you focus on expands. Think about this. So that's what Patricia and I were talking about. What you envision, what you focus on expands. And oftentimes it even happens. Let's say that you're looking to buy a car. And welcome everybody. Please comment below where you're joining in from. If you're watching the replay, please comment where you're joining in from and if you can relate to any of this. So you're looking to buy a car and let's say I have a blue 4Runner. So let's say it's a blue 4Runner and you're doing a little bit of research on it. All of a sudden it seems like everybody and their brother is driving a blue 4Runner. Can anybody relate? So is that true? Everybody and their brother's driving a blue 4Runner? Or is it that you are focusing on a blue 4Runner, you're doing research on it, so because you're focused on it, you're seeing it everywhere? Make sense? So if we're focusing on the negative, it's hard to allow the positive in. We tend to, if we're talking about the negative and thinking about it and sharing it with others, chances are what's going to happen, right? Negative's going to come back in. So Patricia and I were talking about that today as we sat outside the greenhouse, brainstorming of ideas. And she told me of a couple visions, and she might comment below. She said she would later on what they were. Just how often it happens that we might think about something or take an action on something, and then all of a sudden that happens. Did you want to say hi to everyone? You can. You can. I know you're kind of like the star of the show. Chancey, you want to climb up? There you go. Can you see everyone? She's so darn funny, isn't she? Yeah, I know you like to be on the camera. Can you say hi to everyone? I know. Yeah, say hi. See, everyone's giving you hearts because they love to see you because you're the star of the show. Yeah, can you give me kisses again? Kisses? Kisses? You want to give me kisses? Say hello to everyone. Yeah, can you say hi to everyone? She's so pretty, and she's we're in a little over 2 weeks of her stitches, so she's been running free. So we're talking about what we focus on expands. And then if we take actions on what we're focusing on, sometimes things come true like that. Like, have you ever thought about somebody and then all of a sudden you run into them or they call you? So it's like the power of the universe. Like, hey, Christina, it's like a boomerang. What we put out to the universe comes back to us. So if we're constantly walking around thinking about negative things, of course, negativity is going to circle us. Like, have you ever, we were talking about this too, have you ever just like had crappy clothes on and you feel yucky, and you feel really good, but you've got your crappy clothes on you, but you feel great, and you go to the grocery store back when we could all see each other's faces, and people start complimenting you, and you just have this amazing experience? It's because you're putting out this amazing energy, right? It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what you have on. You are emitting this amazing energy. So we were talking about visions, and my membership, which is open enrollment, is happening August 13th. So I'm really getting excited over the next 8 weeks to add things to the membership going into year 2, and it's called Visions to Profits. So I help the ladies in the membership to create a plan, take their visions and actually write a written out plan with actions to actually achieve the goal or achieve something beyond their wildest dreams. So when we vision things, it's really powerful. Our minds are so powerful. I recently saw somebody, and I see it a lot. I'm getting off of Facebook because everybody's so negative or so political or so, and I saw that a couple days ago. Somebody was on Twitter, and that's it. I'm leaving Facebook. And I thought to myself, well, that's interesting. That's her perspective. And I know this person, and I've seen some of the things she posts, which are political. My perception and my attitude is to avoid all that and not focus on those people. And so I'm focusing on positiveness and learning and growing and anything I can get my hands on to grow my business and to learn and to, doesn't mean I don't come across and I don't think negative things. However, I practice really looking for goodness and putting goodness out. So my perception is that I don't see all the negative stuff. I see a lot of positive. I see a lot of good happening in the world. I just read an article about, it was Linda posted it, about a lady who just wanted to be around people, and so she's baking bread and then she's delivering it and sitting and having coffee or tea with people as she gives them the bread. Right? Like, there's a lot of really good stuff happening. However, if I'm posting political and opinions, and what do you think I'm going to start noticing? I'm going to start noticing the opposite side of what I'm posting, and right? So today's growth from the greenhouse is all about mindset. Again, I think it was last week too, and what you envision does come back to you, and it is not woo-woo, and it's not religious. It just is. It's the power of what we can focus on. It will come back to us. That's why those vision boards are so popular, right? And a lot of people think that's what I do and teach, and I don't. I teach vision mapping, or the system that I've created, this vision mapping. But a vision board is where you put photos on a board and then you put it somewhere where you can see it and you look at it, and sometimes those visions happen, right? The more you look at it, the more you focus on it, the more you start researching those things, it can happen. What I do is a vision map system, and it's all about going very deep to be intentional, and then what steps do you need to take to actually get to that end result that you think you want. And a lot of times the people that I work with to create their plan, they'll get a quarter of the way or halfway through and they'll go, wait, I do not want what I thought I wanted at all. This is the pathway that I need to go, or this is the pathway. So it's about taking a vision or a goal and then creating action steps, building accountability in there, and then measuring the results and focusing on the actions to get to the end result. So what are you focusing on today? I see a lot of you joining. Hey, Deborah, if you're just joining in, where are you joining in from? And can you relate to anything that I said about focus, about visions, about the boomerang effect? And do you have a greenhouse? Those are a lot of questions, right? So I'm going to show you around the greenhouse because each week we have a lot of growth happening in here. So we have above my head, I went a little crazy. If anybody saw my post yesterday, anytime I had peppers, bell peppers, for like, I don't know, a month, I put them in mud and I sprinkled their seeds everywhere. So I have probably 50 pepper plants. I went a little bit crazy. We have more over here. And then we have, voila, all the cucumbers in there getting tall. And we have some flowers on them. So it's not going to be long now until they start creating their fruit. And then let me click the camera around. Tomatoes, just waiting for those babies to turn red. Lots of tomatoes. Basil, parsley, more peppers. Chancey's bored. Lots and lots of lettuce. More peppers. And then snap sugar pea pods, which they're so delicious. And then I'll take you outside. Oh, it's a little chilly out here today. Some flowers. It smells good. And then we have lots of squash happening. They are popping up. And then all those are squash. So very soon, we are going to be eating lots and lots of veggies from the greenhouse. So that's my growth from the greenhouse for you on this Monday. I hope that you are having a wonderful day and that you'll share. Sorry, I've got my little tripod here. That you'll share where you're joining in from. Hey, Chancey, you want to sit here? Come here, Chancey. Here, come here. Come here, climb. Come here, climb. Let's see if she'll do this. Climb. Come on. Uh-oh, she hears something. Uh-oh. You guys might be in for a treat. I hear it too. Come here, Chancey. So right behind me, Chancey, come, is it's a game trail. And there's literally bear and moose that go along here. And then they go right across from me here into the fields. And I can hear something walking down. Chancey hears it too. Let's see. Before I sign off, if it's anything. It could just be a loud bird. Oh, I hear something. The bears are really hard to hear. But there's a lot of growth over there. The moose make a lot more noise. Chancey's listening. I don't want to sign out yet because if there's a bear over there, I want you to see it. Oh, Chancey. She's watching. It would be kind of interesting, growth from the greenhouse. I don't think we're going to see anything. But if I sign out and all of a sudden a bear goes by, oh, it's my husband coming down the stairs, then I will let you know. So with that, thanks for joining in to Growth from the Greenhouse this Monday. Please comment below if you can relate to any of this, if you have a garden that you're growing things from, and maybe what growth you're having in your life today. Thanks, everyone. Happy Monday. Bye.